So go to developer.salesforce.com and click on Get a Developer Edition. Here you need to fill up all these details. So I have filled up these details. With this, I will be signing up. This time you can note one thing, that it is not asking me for username because it will create my username on its own. So I just click on this, I am not a robot, and sign me up. So once this is done, I have to wait for the mail from Salesforce to give me the username, and from there I will be able to set up my password. The another step involved now is to remember my username. Okay, so let us check the mail which Salesforce hopefully have sent by now. So this is the mail I have received from Salesforce, and here is my username. I should take a note of this username because it's not me who is setting this up, it's Salesforce which is setting this up. So I must remember this one. I should note it down somewhere, and then we will click on reset password to set the password. Once that is done, it will log us in to the Salesforce. So let's complete this step now. So I have filled up all these details. And finally, I am logged in to Developer Edition. As we discussed, next time when you want to log in, you should have the email, this username basically handy. If you do not have this username, you won't be able to log in. And for the new login, what you need to do is you need to use login.salesforce.com. Okay, so give your username and the password, and this is it. You are done. But before we start working, we need to make sure that everything is ready, everything is enabled. So let's go here and let's look at Einstein Generative AI. So in the Einstein Generative AI, go to the Einstein setup and make sure this is enabled. So right now it is not enabled by default. So make sure that this is enabled. So once we have turned on Einstein, we should refresh the window, and then here we will look for Agentforce Studio. Under Agentforce Studio, go to Agents and turn on the Agentforce. So when you turn on the Agentforce platform to start building intelligent, trusted, and customizable agents for your customers and employees. So let's do that. With this, my Agentforce is on, and here you can enable the default agent. So this step is also done, and I have this default agent of type employee. Okay, and now let us look at Agentforce assets. So these are the assets which comes out of the box. We will talk about this in a while. What we have done as of now is just to enable the Agentforce platform. So we have enabled the Einstein, we have enabled the Agentforce platform. The third step which we are going to perform, and we already have that actually, is the data cloud setup. So if I go to my user, you can see that I have one permission set. I can see that I have one permission set called data cloud admin permission. Because of this permission set, I can manage the data cloud. So if I click on this icon and go to data cloud setup over here, okay, I can set up my data cloud. So let's do it. So it is creating my data cloud instance. It is, this part is done. Now it is setting up the metadata. So this will take some time, and you can just navigate away while it is in progress. Meanwhile, this setup is going on. Let us look at the agent which comes out of the box. So I have this under Agentforce Studio. I can see there is an agent available out of the box of type employee. So let me go to that agent. This is the agent. Let me open this. And when I open this agent, I have option to open it in the builder. When you open it in the builder, we call that builder as the Agentforce builder. This is where you create your agents. I want to show you something, that your agents are comprised of topics. Okay, so it has two topics by default, which is general CRM and single record summary. And if I open the topic, under this topic, there are various instructions. This is the scope or the guardrail, and there are various instructions, okay, of this particular topic. And under each topic, there are multiple actions which are defined. So that's the basic framework of your agent. Okay. So I just want to show this, that how the agent looks like and what it is comprised of. And if I want to add a new topic over here, I can just click on new and create a new topic. Okay, it will ask me what kind of topic you want to build. So topic is, you can say, it's a kind of a skill which you want to give to your agent. So it just want to know what kind of a skill do you want to give. Let's say I want to give the skill to check the weather. So I can just say that I this agent is good enough to check the weather based on the pin code, the region pin code. It can give the weather, okay, weather information. So that kind of skill which you want to add to your agent, then you create a topic. So you can create a topic, or you can add a skill to your out of the box agent as well, which is of type employee. And in case you want to create an agent from scratch, even then you have the option to create a new agent altogether. Okay, and just click on create with GenAI or create from a template, what however you want to do, or you want to create Agentforce service agent. So just select that one and click on next and fill up, or just follow the steps, and you would be able to create a new custom agent. We will do all that in this course. So for now, what we know is that there is an agent which comes out of the box, which is of type employee. Okay, if I go in detail for that particular agent, let's say this is the agent right now. If I go in the details, you can see that it has one API name, Copilot for Salesforce. Okay, and you can since it is not yet active, so you can set the role and the company. Okay, for this one you can define a role, you can define a company, and then if you want to keep the event logs enriched, you can select this one. Okay, so I'll just select this, and then when the user comes to the Agentforce page, what system message you want to show up, that's what you can decide here. So let us say I go to this home page. Let me just refresh it. Okay, so this is the agent. I can see agent now. So this is the agent, and when it opens up, okay, this is not yet active, that's why it's not showing me. So I'll go back to the builder, Agentforce builder, and there I can activate my default agent. Now it is activated, and once it is activated, I can go and talk to the agent. So I'll just refresh the page once again, and here comes the agent, and it shows one welcome message. So this welcome message is coming from this setup. Okay, if you want to modify it, you can modify, and in case of any error, this is what we show. Even this is something we can modify. Now there are some language settings possible, what type of tone you want to keep, what is the default language for the agent, and in the agent builder you can activate or deactivate your agent. When your agent is deactivated, only then you are allowed to create or add a new topic. If it is not deactivated, if it is in the active state, you do not see any option to modify the topic. Okay. Now you can connect your agent with a data library. If you have any data library setup available, you can connect it. So we will see it later. Okay, and then here are some context variable or custom variables, you can say. So you can see here that these variables gives your agent information about the conversation and can be used to control how your agent uses topics and actions. So this is something we will talk about, and then there are some language settings which you can decide which language your agent can understand, and the tone. So all that settings can be done from here, and this is where you will see the logs of your agent. We have already enriched the logs, so any conversation we do, we will see the logs right here. So let's go here and let's ask, hi, how many leads are in the system? So this is one of my question to the agent, the agent which is coming by default, and it says that there are currently 22 leads in the system. Okay. Now, since this is one of the conversation I and the agent did just now, so I should be able to see the log for this. So if I go to events, and I can see that there are enriched logs created, so I get to know what session it is and what the conversation was done under each session. And in case of any errors, it is really very helpful. So this is important, and let's see how the setup of data cloud looks like. It's still ongoing. No worries, we will let it happen. And with this lecture, we have now understand that there are tools for agent So we just saw this agent builder tool, right? And we also set up our data cloud. We also saw that there is an option for agent to connect to the data cloud using data library. So your data cloud might have structured and unstructured data. So that all can be read by AI. So this option also we saw. And now let us, before I close this lecture, let us talk about the models as well. So there are various models available. So if I go here and now to look at the model builder, we have to go to data cloud. Under data cloud, you will find this Einstein Studio. And in Einstein Studio, I have this model library. So you can see what are the existing models we have, right? So as I said over here, that there are some models which are provided by Salesforce. Okay, so one of them is Chat GPT. So you can see some Chat GPT models, and then there are some Azure models, and then Anthropic, okay, and GPT for Omni. So also, there is text-based version 2 model. So these all models are provided by Salesforce. But in case I want to add my own model, I can add a predictive model, right? So predictive models are those which are easy to build. But then there is something called foundation model. Now, foundation models are totally a different logic, right? Where kind of they understand too many things, not just they are meant for one purpose, but they're meant for too many purposes. So accordingly, you can bring your own model. Oh, okay. So, and then it will be shown up over here. And when we will work on the agent force, we will see. So, and when we will work on creating the agents, I will talk about how these models are come into picture, how these models are used. So these all are LLM models which agents are using. So we will talk about all that as well. So if I look at this diagram, we talked about the various tools, model builder, agent builder. There is another thing called prompt builder, which we will use for generating the prompt templates. So we will talk about this one in detail. Now, we saw what are the low code AI builders and what are the various models provided by Salesforce and how can I bring my own models. We still need to see that how agents are going to use these models, so that we will talk when we will discuss prompt builder. All right.